Good morning, Rise. How's everyone doing? My name is Suhail Pothigara. I am the CEO and founder of Poly9. We're answering a very simple question for retailers and brands, which is I want to see the product before I can buy it. Now this, today, for brands who are buying $35 billion of products, means that there are 12 million samples shipped across the world just so that a buyer can make a decision. And that is equivalent to 1 million trees that are being cut just for decision making. So we at Poly9 think this is broken. It's a big market out there, but what we have done in the last 2 years, working with a lot of manufacturers, is taking the technology that makes movies nowadays look so real and bring it to the world on the web and on AR, and make it extremely easy for any manufacturer to get on board, share their content in 3D, and more importantly, take materials directly from their factory and present it to their buyers. What this means for buyers is for the first time, they can see a product exactly how it's going to look when it's made, but on any device anywhere in the world, just using their browser, and make instant changes to materials that today require a new sample to be made. Also, within our platform, we offer apps in AR, so they can place that product right in the store and see how it's going to look before they make that buying decision. And we've been really fortunate. We've launched this, and the results are super clear. We're seeing a 10x reduction in decision-making time, a higher adoption rate when a product does get finalized, and all of this means that there are fewer samples required for a manufacturer to close the deal. We've been in market for 6 months. We've got 50 manufacturers already on board, and they've invited some great brands, as you can see up there. And we're not stopping here. Our goal is to get to 1,000 manufacturers in the next 4 quarters and bring 5,000 more brands on the platform. The revenue model is a SaaS with an attachment of service. Our goal to achieve this, we've got a fantastic team in place. We've got decades of experience in manufacturing in the Far East, including India. We've got teams that have built scalable technology platforms before, and we've got 3D artists who are really pushing the bar on what's possible in 3D. I myself come from a decade in retail at Louis Vuitton, Macy's, and Bloomingdale's in the US, and I understand the pain points in the market. When we look at the space, thanks to our speed to market and our ability to give realistic results, we're in a white space altogether. We got big guys like Alibaba and Amazon who are doing things in 2D, but we've been able to achieve that speed of sign-up with the quality of the big enterprise guys who have 6 to 9 months before a manufacturer is on board and using their solution. So we're really excited. The space is really hot. There have been 6 acquisitions just on this page right here in the last 12 months. Sorry, my clicker's acting funny. The goal for us is taking what we've done, building on the success, helping manufacturers bring great brands on the platform, and actually giving the brands a platform where they can go from concept to shelf using the advantages of 3D, and in turn, bring more manufacturers on the platform. And finally, turning Poly9 into the de facto ecosystem where when you want to buy a product anywhere in the world, this is the place that you go. And I welcome investors to join us. We're looking to raise our Series fund and have already a clear milestone for Series A and join the rocket ship that we have at Poly9. Thank you so much.
Nice work. Judges?
Yeah, I was wondering if you're replacing sampling and having it in your hand and feeling the material, the weight, the actual live use of the product. What products lend themselves, or what categories of products best lend themselves for this type of application?
Yeah, great question. So anything that's volumetric, anything that takes a long time to produce, it's an automatic hit. So we've started off in the home and the lifestyle space, where you got furniture, you got clothing, you got accessories like purses and shoes, for example. Keep in mind, we're not eliminating the final sample. That still gets shipped because we need to place it in the store, but we're eliminating the decision-making time that happens because of repetitive samples, basically. The technology is proven to work with 12 large material categories. So we've already tested this in plastics and rubbers. So fundamentally, this is something we can take to other industries, but we're focusing on industries where the pain point is the highest.
So if you're eliminating some of the review cycles, what what parameters in the review are you eliminating more than, say, maybe final review? What are the things that this process helps eliminate in terms of decision making?
Right. So the most critical thing, thanks to folks like Amazon on the scene, is about differentiation of product and design, right? Now, the challenge is when you design a product sitting in New York or London, getting the manufacturer to understand what that design is and executing on that design is the first challenge. Second, making sure that the materials that you were thinking or you had in mind is actually what the manufacturer makes, right? So visualization earlier in the process enables faster decision making, but it makes sure that the product that you're finally buying as a group is actually visualized. So in AR, you could literally stock a whole shelf before you ever buy it, right? So all of those are factors that today take a lot of time. There are flights and travel that's involved, basically. We're eliminating that aspect of it.
So as each product is unique, different, how do you scale that process of turning into this kind of a review per product and per customer?
Okay, great. Sorry, I couldn't reference the slide. So, a great question. So what we've done is we've taken materials and separated that from the story. So when we onboard a manufacturer, we onboard their complete material capacity. So now when they, for example, work with metal, when they get a metal in our system, they can use that metal in any of the future products. So now, instead of having to do that every time from scratch, they've already got a library of materials available. And as new materials are getting created in that manufacturing process, it's a very easy process for them to add that. So by separating materials from actual product design, we make that a tremendously scalable process.
No more questions, judges? All right, giving a round of applause. Stay on.